If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Jets, Jets. March is here. Free agency is here. We are closer to the NFL draft. We are closer to new New York Jets taking place. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Pleasure to have you here with me. If you are watching and you have not subscribed yet, we are 2 subscribers away from 2,100. Join the show. That was not a middle finger directed at you. I promise it's only directed at Patriots fans. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new here, this is the part of the show where you look at your volume button, you turn it all the way up, and you apologize to your neighbors.
It's got
Gentry covered in football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Fantastic as always. Shout out to Blitz BK. As you know, that was year 2 of Blitz doing the anthem for the Nick Shine Show. We will be working on, well, him. I'm just going to fucking hit play. He's going to work on the anthem for the 3rd year in a row. I'm very happy and honored to have him be a part of the show. I'm happy to have all of you be a part of the show. But ladies and gentlemen, bow down before the Queen. She kicks us off. Now, for those of you that don't know, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we're 2 away from 2,100. Would love to get there tonight with your help. Also, we have a raffle going on next Tuesday night, March 10th. We will be doing the Winner's Choice Raffle. You win, you pick the player. Mini helmet, autographed jersey, or a photo. Whatever you want. Your choice, your player. Just not Joe Namath, because the Queen Leanie won a Joe Namath mini helmet. So Joe Namath is off the table for this month. Could return. He's a Hall of Fame Super Bowl quarterback. He'll be back. I promise you. Now, some other things. With this raffle, Leanie gets 10 entries because it's Sunday night, it's shine time in prime time, and all raffle entries are doubled. So, Queen, good luck to you. Her 5 went to Freak Turd 0. Okay. Brooklyn Cortez, NYC sports fan, Marine Jet Vet, Mickey Rosa, and Philip Rinaldi. Thank you, Queen Leanie. I appreciate you. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to the freaky button, and we're going to turn it up a little bit. Because here's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to triple raffle entries tonight. So, Leanie, forget the 10. You're at 15. It's the Nick Shine Show. I make the rules. well, most of you tell me what to do, and I'm submissive to that. But my 5 went to Curtis 1211, Tajum Tajums, Taj Ooms, AJ Osborne 2, Nick Shine, and Tom Brady 7 rings. Oh, well, Tom Brady, thank you for being a member of the channel. I appreciate you. Yes. It's not. Shut up, Bill. Yeah. Shout out to Thunderlips. He sent me that video too. I thought it was absolutely awesome. And he sends me a text message. He goes, threw this together short notice. I'm like, that's fucking tremendous. Like, I texted him. I'm like, yo, you're in the tournament. He's like, oh, shit. Like 40 minutes later, he sends me a text with the video, and then Jake's playing it. And I'm like, he just found out he was in the tournament. Like, he didn't plan that for a week. I'm going to shut up. Thunderlips said, I'll take 15 raffle entries, Nicholas. Here. Thank you, Thunderlips. Shout out to you and your tremendous upper lip for holding up that tremendous mustache. And God bless you and your wife's commitment to letting you have that for this long. It's quite a piece of work, my friend. And also kudos to the outfit for your son and you. Well done. Thunderlift's raffle entries went to The Pharaoh 850, Jack 33, Joe Pikulik, Jennifer Tazanero. Wait, that's Jay Graves. And C Jets 901. All right, Jay Graves, a homegirl there. But very well done, Thunderlips. Like that production level that you threw together that quickly, the cuts, the edits, that's top notch, bro. Well done. He's apologizing. Oh, I just threw this great mini movie together. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the raffle entries, the typing that this old man is going to have to do later on after the show is going to be a lot because you are the best fan base in all of sports. Philip Hannon is now in for 15. He gifted 5. That went to Paulie Dogjet, Colada Quad, Christian Thompson, TB, Joe Mike. Thank you. You guys are tremendous. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Timeout. That's me trying to whistle. Timeout. Did you think I thought you did that? Did you think that Nick Shine thought that Thunderlips did that editing? You're out of your mind. Shout out to the Lips family for coming up with that. Jets Worldwide. If you haven't already, go over, subscribe to Johnny and Snowball. The last I looked on Friday, they were at 420. Shout out to the smokers in the community, of course. They're on their way to 500. Go help them out. Ricky, New York Live. Subscribe to his channel. Get him to 500. Let's watch everybody in this community rise up. Speaking of people who rise up, we got tonight's guest. He's one of my very good friends. I love when I get to talk football with this guy. I will have his link for you momentarily if you haven't subscribed already. But after you're done watching us talk football, you're going to want to. But as always, super chats, cut the line. Cuddy says Ohio State at 2 in order: Styles, Reese, Downs, Tate. Well, thank you, Cuddy. I appreciate the super chat. I am a Georgia Bulldog fan, but I am firmly under the belief that it will be a Buckeye at 2. Which one? Stay tuned. That's called the tease in the business, ladies and gentlemen. But now, without further ado, also, I'm jacked the fuck up on coffee today. I apologize in advance. I'm so jacked up, I didn't even put a hat on. Got a haircut today. Feeling cute. Might delete later. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest, Adam Y2K. What's up, brother?
Oh, Nick, it's that never-ending cycle of Jets fandom. Complete despair during the regular season. During the playoffs, we're never going to see ourselves back here. What are the preseason predictions looking like? Because everybody knows in February, it's a completely appropriate time to figure out how your team is going to do in about 8 months. But now that everything is over, now that the season's over, the combine has happened, and we fall in love with how many times somebody can bench press 225 pounds, I'm starting to feel a little bit of optimism around the fan base. It is the never-ending cycle of Jets fandom that cannot be broken, and it's only going to rise over the next week or two as free agency is upon us. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm good. I'm very good. One of the guys had got Chinese food the other day, and he left fortune cookies in the kitchen in like a community bowl, and I grabbed one. And it said, like, your energy level is going to be very high in September. And I'm like, fuck yeah, kept that fortune. That fortune's over, pinned up behind the over on the shelf over here. I'm like, this fortune has to stay. I don't know if it means we're going to go 1-3 in September and get off to a great start. I don't know if it means 2-2 and a tremendous start. But I'm very excited about the possibilities with this team, Adam. Now, we're in March. It's free agency month. Next Sunday at this time, we will be getting ready for the tampering period, which I believe starts on Monday, the 9th, right?
That's right.
Noon on Monday. So we could be 8 days away from having agreements with new players joining our roster. Now, we know we have a lot of needs, right? Have you looked at the free agents and have you seen anyone anywhere that you think is a good fit for the 3-4? That is sheep whistle. Timeout. Throw the flag. What's the penalty, you ask? Awesome motherfucker is streaking on the field. The big fella is sprinting down the field with a super chat. Thank you, my good friend. Says, you and the committee did a great job. My slim twin with great Jets memorabilia on the wall. Great stuff. As for the Jets, I want no part of Mekhi Lemon, no matter what, how much Will Parkinson glazes him. A $20 super chat will get us to change the course of conversation, and we will discuss Lemon here first. There have been many reports, Adam, that several teams have crossed him off of their board for his interview. There's been some questions about his demeanor, commitment, professionalism. I mean, it's shit is slinging to the wall when discussing Mekhi Lemon. Now, before I throw this to you, I'm going to ask you flat out: are we just living in a world where wide receivers are just a little cuckoo, a little off? Like, Terrell Owens, we had him. He was a little bit nutty, but he could play. Chad Johnson, Antonio Brown. We've seen guys throughout the course of football that aren't all there. They self-promote. Sometimes they self-sabotage. But when they get on the goddamn field, they can play. So do you have any thoughts on Lemon and what is coming out about him from this week at the Combine?
At the end of the day, the draft is not for another, 6 or 7 weeks. Talent will win out. If a team falls in love with a player that much, then they can, a lot of times they will possibly overlook the interview. When you see this many comparisons to Amon-Ra St. Brown in terms of size, skill set, all those types of things, running ability, the fact that he can work outside, inside, all that kind of stuff, what you're really looking at eventually, the bottom line, can this guy play or can he not? And everything indicates that Mekhi Lemon can. It would have to be a pretty jarring interview, I think, for me to take him off my board. Now, the other thing we do have to keep in mind, this is a pretty good class for wide receivers, especially at the top. I'm seeing 5, 6, 7 wide receivers going in the first round in some instances. So yeah. I could see a situation where Lemon could start to slip a little bit and another wide receiver rises. And then who knows? This is why I'm so excited about the draft coming up, because every year somebody always falls. Yeah. It's hard to predict who it's going to be because it always comes out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
But the fact
it's a numbers game, right?
We have 33.
People rise. people got to fall. And sometimes it's not falling because you're bad or not. It's just not the right fit at the right time. We misjudge or mispredict who teams are going to take or overpredict where players are fitting. And, it's the beauty of the NFL draft.
It is, yeah, that's exactly it. And at 33, whoever that player is, that what they say, that is the pick that most frequently gets traded. I love that we have leverage. It's all about leverage in so many spots, not just football, but in life. Know the hand you have, the cards you have, when you have them, what's the deal. I'm going to break out into a Kenny Rogers song if I keep going on like this, but yeah, somebody is going to fall. And hey, if who knows, maybe 2 days before the draft, there'll be like a bong video about Mekhi Lemon coming out that somebody plants just to make him drop a little bit further.
Right.
But hey,
and
with our situation, we need talent. We need talent, and we need it badly. I can tell you that.
We need it everywhere. So again, big fella, thank you. As always, folks, super chats, gifted memberships, halt the conversation. We do have a big raffle going off March 10th. It's a big show here. It's a Tuesday at 7 p.m. That will be our next raffle. For those of you not in the haps, your boy got days. I start working 8:30 to 5 tomorrow. No more nights. So we're going to have, you've been looking for the 12:30 shows that I've been doing after Jake in the morning. No more. But we will have some shows throughout the week, maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock. If I got to do the sports rec, maybe 9 or 9:30 if something big happens that day. But as always, hit the notification bell when you subscribe. This way you know. If you're in the Nick Shine Discord, you will know immediately when shows are booked and planned and going to start. So, Adam, let's go back a little bit. Hit the rewind button. Jets are changing to a 3-4. Frank Reich is in as offensive coordinator. Give me some of the targets that you're looking at for free agency and saying these guys will fit. And they might not be the biggest names. Everyone always wants to shop big, right? Everyone always wants to go to the biggest name on top of the list. I've done it with Linderbaum myself. I'm not going to lie. But have you targeted any players that you think will fit this year 2 Aaron Glenn, but new schemes Aaron Glenn?
If we're going to the 3-4, and I still believe we will run multiple fronts depending on the situation. But I think as soon as Carl Dunbar got signed to be our defensive line coach, I said, okay, things are about to change here. And for whatever people want to say about Aaron Glenn, some people wanted him fired after the offseason. Some people still do. Based off the first year, I can't exactly come back with a whole lot of reasons why he should have stayed. But I appreciate that he is taking the attitude, damn it, if I'm going out this year, I'm going out my way because I may not get another year after this if it's anything like 2025 was.
That's fair.
So we're seeing some very serious changes coming up. Now, if I had to give you a couple, there's many, many names that I think would benefit this team. But if I had to give you one that I think is a little bit surprised, and I don't want to go former Lion because we know the names, we know the former Lions that are out there. I could give you 3 immediately that would make sense. But what about a guy in the linebacking situation? We need help at linebacker. We need help on every level of the freaking defense. What about Derek Barnett of the Texans? The Jets hired the Texans linebacker coach, right? And he produces sacks, he produces hits. It can be up or down, but he's an excellent tackler, very dependable against the run, about the 90% run defense grade. More of the run focus as opposed to the pass rush. But if you're looking for somebody a little different, I want familiarity because last year, I feel like I say this every other week on my show, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, shameless plug. I keep pointing out the only ex-Lion we brought in that was a player was Josh Reynolds. Are we kidding? Josh Reynolds barely had 100 yards receiving for the whole season. It was jarring how bad that worked out. We didn't get any of these guys because none of them made it to the market. Aaron Glenn is going to make sure he brings in some guys that he knows, and he will speak to some of these coaches. Frank Wright, you drafted Nick. I think he was there when the Colts drafted Nick Crossway back when, just as one example in the safety position. But I like that the Jets, with their last coaching hire, got the Texans linebacker coach. Give me some of that Houston defense and stick it right in Florham Park. Inject that into my veins. So Barnett would be sort of an under-the-radar player. Won't be the flashy guy, but can help to bring this defense together, make it play with more cohesion.
Barnett was a Tennessee Volunteer, right?
I believe he may have been. I sometimes mix up Derek Barnett and Nick Barnett, but yeah,
think
we can
you
check on that.
Derek, right?
Yeah, Derek Barnett. Yeah.
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah, Tennessee DN.
Tennessee
I
Volunteers.
like him
Yes.
coming out a couple.
He's only
he came out-
29 years old.
Yeah, he came out a few years ago, and that's the type of player I think we're looking for, right? I think that's the type of player Glenn and Muji are going to target. Players that are familiar, or coaches that are familiar with the players coming in, like you said, the linebackers coach and the linebacker familiarity there. I don't think we're going to shop big. I don't think we're ready to shop big. I think we're going to do in free agency. We're going to look a little better at the talent than what we got last year. But I think what they're going to want to do, Adam, is they're going to work with purpose, right? They're going to pinpoint people who maybe they drafted a replacement, maybe they changed the scheme, maybe there was a coaching change, a Briggs, a Brownlee, a Mechie, a Mitchell, a Phillips, and even now a Sweat. 6 guys that they've went after and traded for are key contributors to our team. So I don't know if they're going to go big time in free agency, because with all these draft picks and having 5 first rounders, you have to pay those guys like free agents when you have all these first round picks. So I think you could be mid-round shopping in free agency, if that makes sense. Where you find your fits, you find your plugs, maybe guys you can coach up, maybe guys who are misused or not utilized correctly, like some of the names I just mentioned. But I believe that they got a good plan. And I think they just need the time to overhaul the roster, because the names that I mentioned have all been key contributors or will be, with Sweat as our zero technique as the nose tackle. Now, anyone on offense that you believe could be one of those guys, like you labeled Barnett defensively. Anyone on offense? Are you looking at a veteran wide receiver? You mentioned Josh Reynolds. Something I've thrown out: signing Josh Reynolds for one more year and not going with a free wide receiver early in the draft. But the difference this year, Josh Reynolds would be your 5 instead of your 2.
Yeah, Josh Reynolds would be in that situation, but he was just so unproductive. I can't bear to bring him back. I got to say, I think wide receiver is something the Jets address in the draft. I look at this free agent class. I'm not impressed. I think the player most of us would want is Alec Pierce, but from everything I hear, this is basically the Breece Hall situation. The Colts have basically made it clear they will not let Pierce play on another team. If they can't come to terms on a contract, they are going to tag him. So we may as well put that dream to the side. The wide receiver free agent class does not exactly knock me out. I mean, I look at Wan'Dale Robinson, Jawan Jennings, Christian Kirk. I mean, maybe Romeo Doubs, if I had to go for one who I think could potentially be a starter, then that interests me. But I got to be honest, I think I want to hit wide receiver in the draft with that second pick. That's what I keep coming back towards. I'll tell you one thing I would like to do is maybe upgrade that second tight end spot. And in the draft, maybe. But I think there's some under-the-radar signings. We talked about mid-range shopping. I think you can do that with this particular free agent class, and I'll give you a name or two. Now, if you're looking for a blocker, a guy like Durham Smythe, a guy like that, he can block. But Charlie Kolar from Baltimore. This is a guy we were talking about before the draft way back when. That was a guy, I'm sure Green Bean was excited about him being that he's a tight end. But just a number 2 on Kolar. Even though he was the 3rd tight end in Baltimore, he had a 71 run blocking grade. That's 8th among all tight ends, caught 77% of his targets. And remember, in Iowa, 23 touchdown catches in 4 years, less than a 3% drop rate, catches over half his contested catches. I think Kolar is looking for more of an opportunity. Now, Mark Andrews has been signed to an extension. Isaiah Likely's hitting the market. Baltimore's not going to keep both of them. I would love to see the Jets bring in Kolar, as sort of that flyer, because why shouldn't I think that he could do a better job than Jeremy Ruckert? I know we have to love him because he's from Long Island, but I'm very intrigued.
I have no allegiances to Long Island, except for people I know who are in the chat from there. That's it.
So Kolar would be a name as far as like a tight end goes, who I think would be a very good sneaky addition.
Nice. Speaking of a sneaky addition, when you share a StreamYard with somebody. People can pop up at any time. We got the band back together, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who've watched this program for many years, you know that this trio was together many, many nights. Chaos, welcome, my friend.
The OG, what's up, guys? Happy Sunday.
How are you, pal?
Boy, is it 2022 or 2023 again? Man, this is a step back in time right now.
Yeah, we were dominating the NFL with almost 7 wins, baby.
I had a baseball hot take and was thinking of Adam that he'd love it.
All right, what was that?
I think that our young buck, our Norman McLean, whatever his name is, I think that kid's going to be a candidate for Cy Young this year.
Oh, Nolan McLean, yes. Does he have a brother that we don't know about?
I don't know. Maybe.
I gotta be honest with you. Just on a side note, I was actually thinking of you earlier because I was going through some free agent lists and I saw Nakobe Dean was a free agent, and all I could think about was your intro video. We could get Nakobe Dean. We could get Nakobe Dean.
No, exactly.
So, Chaos, I threw it to Adam. I'm gonna throw it to you. Any free agents that you think that the Jets could be targeting? We're talking free agency first, and then we're going to look at the draft a little bit. This is your StreamYard, so you're welcome to hang out as long as you want. I'm happy that you were able to hop in and join us. Folks in the chat, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. We were 2 subs away from 2,100 earlier on, and now we're 1 away. So out of the 69 of you here watching right now, also fitting on this channel, I ask you, please, hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 2,100. And if there's a couple of you watching, let's make sure that we get that number even higher. So thank you. And we are doing a raffle next Tuesday night. Big show. For those of you that don't know, I, Nick Shine, got sober 3 years ago on March 10th. I have a very big show planned that night. We're going to have a raffle giveaway. Winner's choice. You choose the player. You choose the item. Mini helmet, jersey, photograph, whatever you want, you pick. Now, within reason, don't make it a task that's impossible to find, like the backup kicker from the 1983 roster, which Adam might have as an answer in a trivia question in a little while. But let's be realistic with it, and we'll make it happen. So, thank you. Now, Chaos.
Well,
give me a free agent.
There's
offense, defense, your choice.
Obviously, we need some traditional, 3-4 linebackers in the middle, and we've all talked about the guys in the draft, and there's been, a lot of things thrown around. The Eagles have a big problem. They went very all in to win. People don't realize one of the reasons they were so upset when they lost last year is they really sacrificed the future when you look at their dead cap money over the next couple of years. They're in a nasty situation. They're going to have trouble holding on to people, and there's a linebacker with the last name Lloyd that's come out of the
You're going big game hunting. You're going big game hunting.
Well, I'm starting with the bigger names. Like if we were going to sign one big guy, I know a guy in New Zealand who would really, his name is Brandon, who would really love it if we signed Lloyd. He's loved him ever since college. We prospected him. He was a guy that right around the Nakobe Dean time. So I think there's there's other good options too. Nakobe Dean, right? There's Lloyd. There's also the other one. What's his name from Kansas City?
Leo
Chanel, right? So there's some good options out there. I don't think that means we can't draft one, but I think that one of my targets would be, why not solve that position a little bit and get some of that work done in free agency? Because there are some really good guys there that are 25, 26 years old. So they're not 29, 30. So they could be here for the rebuild, for, hopefully everything works out and we're winning in a few years. They're part of that. The one guy, I know he's probably going to be too much. I don't think he'll be available, but because it hasn't been official yet. If for some reason talks fell through, they couldn't work anything out. Obviously Tyler Lindenbaum, would be freaking striking gold. But honestly, I think he'll be on the Ravens roster by the first day of free agency. I really do. They're going to either tag him or they're going to extend him.
Well, we're getting close. 4 o'clock Tuesdays, moving here quickly.
Yeah. I would also say that I would be interested in. I don't say it doesn't have to be a star name or a big name, but even before the draft starts, if we can just secure the safety room a little bit with some kind of functional safety.
Mhm.
And I think there are a few of them out there, some that won't cost, an outrageous fortune, but be reasonable guys that
Yeah.
would improve the room. So, yeah. So I just want to see them fill some spots so we can go into the draft with a better focus of what we need and want.
I want to hit safety immediately in free agency because I think we really need a veteran in the middle of that defense. I could deal with youth in a lot of places, but I want a veteran. I want a leader next to Malachi Moore. I want a playmaker. I look at even like a Kevin Byard in Chicago, 7 interceptions this year, really helped bring that Bears defense to another level when he went over there from Tennessee. That's an example. A Jalen Hawkins from New England, top 10 against the run and in coverage. I can't imagine New England would let him go. They still got $40 million, but he was like the quietest great safety that nobody really ever talked about this year. And according to Samini, the Jets are very interested in Brian Cook from Kansas City. Young, a leader, part of 2 Super Bowl victories already. I think, and doesn't miss tackles. I think the Jets are going to go hard in safety, and I really hope they get a good, really good veteran starter to pair up with Malachi Moore back there.
Nice. Now,
Nice.
I like the names that you've thrown out there. I'm someone who believes that I think the bulk of their money is going to go to the offense. I think that you go get, if Linderbaum hits the market, you guys know, I would pay him like a tackle. I don't care. I would pay him. I would start with 4 years, $100 million. I don't care how you got to structure it. Now you got to remember it's not $25 million a year on the cap. You can. Jalen Hurts signed a 5-year, $250 million deal, and his first year was only $6 million on the cap. You can structure it and bonus and incentivize it where it's not that big of a hit. And you bring him in, you draft a guard in round 2, and you finally completed the offensive line. Now, you got to get a quarterback. Is it Cousins? Is it Trubisky? Is it Mariota? Is it Minshew? It's not going to cost you very much. So if you have a combination of a center and a quarterback only on the books for $35 million, when you have quarterbacks who are making $55, $60 million a year by themselves, that's a pretty good situation to be in. And then next year you draft a rookie, and even if you have the number 1 pick, you're still only $39 million a year between your quarterback and center. And then by the time you got to pay your quarterback, Linderbaum's contract will be off the books, and you can get a replacement there. So it's a little bit of just switching it, right? I'm going to pay the center the big contract and let the quarterback come in cheap, but I'm going to build the best goddamn line in football. So you got to get a receiver. I threw out, there's Ty Johnson and Josh Reynolds who are with us this year. I think if you have Wilson, Mitchell, Mechie, Isaiah Williams, Arian Smith, Irv Charles may come back as a special teamer as your 6th. Like it's not great, but I think that the depth and the coaching, you have enough speed where you can get a quarterback who could just get the goddamn ball out on time and in rhythm time and time again. You have enough speed to attack the defense and keep them honest and open up your run game, whether it's Brees or whether it's somebody else. Now, defensively, I'm ecstatic this week. For those of you that didn't see the show the other day when Sweat was traded for, I lost my mind because you guys know me for many years, you two. I have been screaming to go get a fatty in the middle of the defense, like a Chris Jenkins and a Buha, who I've loved, a Snacks Harrison. Whenever the Jets defense has been good, there has been a big hulking piece of man meat right in the middle. Yes, I love big man meat. I guess
That's
what
what she
jokes
said.
are going to be in the chat. So I got to beat them to it because I know the chat and I know what they're going to type. Now, you build around that. You start from the center and you build your way out. All right. Let's get to the draft. How do we build around what we've already accumulated? Both of you have said that you want to add a safety in free agency or through the trade market. I mentioned on Thursday's show, Minka Fitzpatrick could be in trade play. Samini put that today out in an article. So where there's smoke, there's fire, right? That means some conversations probably took place at the combine. If it's not Minka, then maybe it's somebody else that they make a move for. And we even can get that situated before dollars got to start being spent on March 11th. So, in theory, for this exercise, we have the nose tackle sweat. We get a safety solidified. Adam, I'm gonna throw it to you first. NFL draft, the number 2 selection. Give me your depth chart of the 3 players that you think. Go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, however you want to do it. But give me that depth chart at the number 2 pick and what you're looking at and what the Jets have and what the Jets need.
So to me, I think about where this defense was. They allowed almost 30 points a game, 31st in the NFL, 4 takeaways all season. Bottom 5 in sacks, bottom 5 in pressures. You look for the best defensive player that fits that you can bring in. And I'll tell you what, I put this guy in my top 3. I would have wanted to put him at 16, but I didn't think he would quite get there. Now I know he won't get there. It's Sonny Styles. I just become a bigger fan of his by the week. Yeah. A pure leader. The slow motion jump at the combine has basically gone viral at this point. And now we were hoping, well, maybe he'll sneak. He's a linebacker. Maybe he won't get that much attention. He's going to get attention. I didn't think he was going to get past the Cowboys at 12. I don't think he's getting out of the top 10 now. But he seems to be one of those transformative players. Very smart. Used to be a safety. Is a linebacker, but he's 6'4", 235. This is not a little safety who just got moved into linebacker or anything like that. So I'm super excited about Styles.
So me and Sonny are basically like cut from the same cloth. We're identical.
I can't tell you two apart.
You're gonna lose a viewer, guys. You're offending Rusty Spooner. He absolutely can't stand Sonny Styles, and he's gonna be so upset that you guys keep talking about this guy Sonny Styles that he absolutely cannot stand and he hates.
In other news, Rusty hates trading down. That's some breaking news for you.
All right, Adam, who else you got on your depth chart there at 2?
Number 2, I went Ruben Bain. I know the arms are probably the biggest thing, but if that's the biggest issue that we have,
absolutely, that's complete opposite. The arms are the smallest thing.
So, yeah, literally. But the hands are powerful, has the speed, has the bend, gets off blocks very well, plays with all-out effort every single play. He does not take a play off, and his goal is to get to the ball on every single play. So I went Bain as my he may not be the traditional pass rusher, but I went with him number 2.
Where are you playing him?
I would probably put him at defensive end. I mean, why should I be so sure that Briggs and Phillips are just meant to play a 3-4 defensive end?
Okay.
Like them, but I don't know if that's where they're best suited to be as starters.
He did stand up a little bit at Miami. That's why they ran a little bit of a hybrid too. That's why I'm asking, like, what's your plan for him? That's all. Go ahead. Number 3.
So Styles is at 3, Bain is at 2, and I did not include David Bailey because, to be honest, I can't help but think of Will McDonald Part 2. I could kind of deal with one of them. I can't deal with 2 of them on the same team at the same time. Okay. I had to go Arvel Reese or Vel Reese, if you prefer, at number 1. So I love the versatility on the edge at defensive end, the athleticism, the length. 10 sacks this year. I think he had 6.5. I don't know how many sacks he had this year. I thought he had double digits, but I think he is not. Bain has the higher floor, but I think Reese has the higher ceiling. And I want to take a chance at number 2. I want to take a chance on the highest ceiling. I want the all-pro. I don't want to just settle for the Pro Bowl. So I'm leaving Bailey out of my top 3. I would have him at number 4.
Chaos, are you prepared with I know you popped in here spur of the moment, but do you have a top 3 at 2, or do you want me to go?
I have a top 3. I do.
Go ahead.
I do.
All right, please.
And it's kind of I have my issues with on the edge positions too. Like Reese, I think I love. He's probably going to be the guy I pick. I know I'm starting with my 1 in that sense. He's probably would be the guy I pick as Arvel Reese. He would, but I'm very concerned. I'm not, like there are guys that I think have a higher floor, but I think that Reese does have the upside. We do need edge. It's the right position to, like, if you're going to pick, basically the 3 Ohio State guys. But if they all hit, or as long as Reese hits, it's the best position to hit, right? You want someone who wrecks the offense, someone who creates havoc with the passer. I would not be upset. My problem with Bailey is same as Adam. If I'm using a number 2 pick, I don't want a guy that's a project in his run defense. Like oh, he's getting better. He got better his last year. I don't want any question marks with the number 2 pick, like in that sense. I don't want another. And I'm afraid of the same thing, that he could be Will McDonald the second. My problem with Bailey, I love Bailey in a 4-3. Love him. Wide 9 all day long, David Bailey. But I'm sorry. What was I saying? I'm losing my own track. Bain. My problem with him is I don't know if I feel comfortable using my number 2 pick to fill the defensive end position in a 3-4. I was just raised a different way. I was told they're tackle absorbers. So anyway, I am okay with Sonny Styles. Would not make me mad if they picked him, even though people are going to scream and cry positional value. He's my number 2. And I'm okay I wouldn't cry and scream. I wouldn't do it myself, but I wouldn't cry and scream if they took Caleb Downs. I would not, because I think he's a generational safety. So it's actually the 3 guys from Ohio State are my pecking order. But I think I take Reese. Right now, today, I take Reese.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Ricky, New York. I missed this before, Ricky. My apologies. Congrats on 3-year, buddy. Keep kicking ass. Yes. Thank you. Again, if you haven't already, go over, subscribe to Ricky, New York Live. I got Adam's link pinned in the chat since he's our guest tonight. Go over, show him some love. He does shows Wednesday night, 6 o'clock.
7.
I've said this for many years. Oh, 7. I'm sorry.
7
New
now.
job. I forgot the commute. Forgive me. I've said this for years. There is not a content creator that I have come across yet that does more research and provides more information during their show than Adam does. If you want to get all the information, you want to have all the stats, you want to have all of the deep dives that he does, go over, subscribe, and you're going to watch one show and say, holy shit, I'm not going to miss these anymore. So, Adam, keep up the good work, my friend. And I always learn something watching your show, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate the kind words.
Now, if I'm drafting at number 2, I think both of you are idiots. I have Mendoza as number 1. All right. Obviously, we think Mendoza is going to be gone, but that's my dream boy since Labor Day weekend.
It's a good point.
I'm going to go Reese. And I think having the ceiling of an elite outside linebacker edge guy in a 3-4 slightly outweighs the other positions. Now, I was a very big Bain guy. I like the power. You guys know I want a physically dominant front line. The change to the 3-4 changes the skill set and the players that you need. Example, Jermaine Johnson is gone. So I'm not going to, I agree with Chaos. I don't say that very often, so nobody please clip that and send that to me. But I agree with Chaos. You got Muhammad Wilkerson, who was that inside DN in the 3. You got him a little later. Richard Seymour was taken a little bit later. You can find guys like that who fit. The 3-4 DNs, I think, will fall a little bit. You can get a Zion Young. You can get a Keldrick Falk at maybe 16, right? You can get a guy like that who's physical and not the speediest guy in the world, but quick for an inside defensive end. I'm going to go Sonny Styles at 2. And I'm not going to be mad if we take the middle linebacker. And I say this as a Georgia fan, and I keep reminding everybody, I love Georgia. I love the Bulldogs. I have Styles at 2. I agree with Adam on the Bailey. You have Will McDonald. You have an undersized defensive end already on one side. I would like to see us get a physically imposing, a bigger defensive or an outside linebacker for rundown situations to be that guy. And now you can have Will or Reese, and you can move Reese around. You can use him like a queen on a chessboard and have Will coming off of one side. And you can have a lot of fun when you have all these different types of players. But number 3, and I'm very happy that I can't see this man's reaction when I say this, but I'm going to put Downs at 3. And I'm going to change the Columbus Pro Day to just the NFL draft. When the Jets get there, they should just stay there and hand in the card, whoever they're going to pick. I don't think you can go wrong with any of these players. I think that when you look at these 3 guys, they are all the type of talent that you want. Now it's just a matter of pick your player. What do you do in free agency? Do you get one of the middle linebackers that Adam mentioned earlier? All right, that would lessen the chances of Styles. Do you get a free agent? Do you trade for Minka Fitzpatrick? That would lessen the chances of downs. I don't think you can ever have enough pass rushers. It's the mantra of this league year after year after year. You got to have the quarterback. You got to have the guys that protect the quarterback. You got to have the guys that go hit the quarterback. And if Reese can transform into that elite weapon, man, that's very hard for me to pass on as a defensive coach. Now, I know the other guys are going to be great, but you got to build your defense, and you have so many needs. You can't take them all. Unless you just start trading up and giving away ones from next year, then fuck it. Let's go nuts and let's get all three. But that's my depth chart at 2. Going to 16. Again, we got 80 of you here watching. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. It's Sunday Shine time. I'm joined with Jets Chaos. A little surprise pop in here. And Y2K. His link is pinned in the chat. Take a moment, please. Go over. Subscribe to his channel. Show him some love. Also, we have a raffle going on. Super chats, $5 and up. Gifted memberships. It's Sunday Shine time. And shout out to Philip, Thunderlips, Leany for all gifting 5. Big fella with a $20 super chat. Ricky New York, Cuddy. And we got Johnny Boy in with a $2 super chat. Says 3 hotties on one screen, all timer, no matter what. Appreciate you, Johnny Boy. Also, Snowball and Johnny. Go over, subscribe to them. Let's get them to 500 real quick. Jets Worldwide. And don't forget, raffle entries are triple tonight. Let's get absolutely nuts right now. I'm going to give out more. We're going to share the love. Oh, Genergy says Sunny. All right. I'm with
Sunny. I love that we both have Sunny at 2, Nick. I love that.
I'm not against, man. If you told me we got Reese and CJ Allen, Chaos, I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
If you told me we got Styles and then we got Keldrick Falk, I'd be ecstatic.
Keldrick
Falk. If you told me we got,
for sure.
Yeah, like just mix and match the front 7, complete the front 7. The 5 I gifted to went to Brother BKL Sport Entertainment Show, Daniel Murphy, Allison Tuckwab, Connor Nelson, and Eric Bianchi. Congratulations. Thank you, folks. Also, what you can do while you're here is go to the Nick Shine Show, the homepage, and hit the join button. Become a member of the channel on your own. Sign up for the monthly recurring payments. Join the Nick Shine Discord where you get all the information. Bill M, king of the tweets. Before my alerts even go off sometimes on Twitter from Schefter, Rappaport, and others, Bill already has it shared in our Discord. I'm convinced that Bill might be Adam Schefter. That's how quick he gets the info out in Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you're aware of this show, but the Jake Asman Show just gifted a membership. Thank you, Jake. And his membership went to Randy 2330. I suggest you guys go check out Jake. He's an up-and-coming show looking to get to the top of the Jets content creator world very soon. And with a couple more good shows and me on as a guest a few more times, maybe he'll get there.
Wait, what's his name again? I haven't heard of it. What's his name? I have to write that one down.
I love the Gay Asman Show.
Jake?
It's really good. It's a great show.
It's only gay if Gary's on.
And I see Dom's in the chat too. Project Prospects here.
Rich Kent is on. It's gay.
Dom, we did go old school tonight, Dom. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Now,
oh, man, we're giving draft opinions with Dom and Rusty here at the same time. The pressure's on, boys.
That's it. Now, Adam, I'm going to start with you.
Bring it.
At 16, granted, and you can start your scenario with if they took whoever you want at 2 and then build your 3. Give me your top 3 choices at number 16. And you can say who, like I said, who they chose.
Okay, I'm going to go a little bit. Okay, this time I'm going to go 1 through 3 because I think my number 3 might be a little surprising. But I'm going to go, this time I'm flipping over to offense. Go ahead.
Who was your pick at 2 in this scenario?
I would have gone Reese. So let's just say it was Reese just for the sake of argument.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I don't believe we're getting that starting legitimate wide receiver in free agency. I just don't see it happening. I want to address it right now. Or at least I want to get a second really legitimate pass catching weapon next to Garrett.
Okay.
I would go Jordan Tyson first, and I would have gone Mekhi Lemon first. He's actually my number 2. But like you said, with the interview, some of the things coming out, I do have some questions. The only real question I have about Jordan Tyson is the injury history. He feels like the most complete wide receiver that I'm seeing. He can play just about any alignment, has that yak ability that we like. Great hands, route running, very precise. Love everything about it. Just a few injury things that you have to worry about a little bit, but I like the overall package that he brings to the table. We've already kind of broken down Mekhi Lemon at number 2. He would still be my number 2. Assuming like a Carnell Tate is off the board, I don't expect him to be around by 16. But Lemon, also very good route runner, very good in the open field, can play inside, can play outside. My number 3 is not a wide receiver. It's a tight end. I went with Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon. And I did not think, even just a couple of days ago, I would ever do that because Frank Reich typically does not play a 2 tight end formation. He likes to do 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers. That's his base offense. That's his bread and butter.
Okay.
But I think Sadiq is so good. And the fact that he broke the record for 40-yard dash. The tight end record at the combine was broken by him. He ran a 40 in 4.39 seconds, beat out Vernon Davis. That's crazy. He can block. His athleticism, and he's a fluid mover. He just moves smooth down the field. This year, 51 catches, 560 yards, 8 touchdowns, 6'3", 250 pounds. You know what? You can get a talent like this. You figure out a way to make that offense work with both Sadiq and Taylor on the field at the same time.
Okay.
I went tight end 3, boys.
All right. I don't hate it.
Told you it was different.
I love it a little more after knowing what happens in the next 2 weeks. But right now, not the priority. But if you have a killer free agency class, I'm not against adding elite talent. It's a league of mismatches and exploiting the opposition. And Sadiq certainly seems like he could be the guy to do that. My only concern with him, and I'm going to have Dom on and Dylan on, I'm going to ask them, does he play as fast as his 40? Because that's the important part. You can run great in a straight line, but are you quick? Are you in and out of your cuts? Do you have good lateral movement? Can you run that little zig in on the linebacker and get the sprint out? Like, how are you when you're not just running straight, right? That's the value of the tight end. So I can't wait to talk to them about that. But Adam, good list. I get it. We need weapons. We need to score points. And I approve. Thank you. Chaos 16. Give me who you chose it to, and then your top 3 choices, your depth chart, if you will, at 16.
Okay, I took Garvell Reese at 2. I do want to say I've watched a lot of Sadiq. You know, I watch a lot of Ducks out here. A lot of those games. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. I wouldn't be upset at all if we took him, but he's not in my top 3. But I would not be upset at all if we took him. Same reason as you. When you could add on a special weapon, add on a special weapon. It's not about position of need. It's, we see plenty of teams nowadays have 2 tight ends, 2 good tight ends, where they put resources into getting good tight ends. So there's nothing wrong with that. You all see what Kelsey and Kittle for their respective teams could bring when you hit on tight ends.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to say is my number 1, if he's there, is actually Mekhi Lemon.
Okay.
That's my guy. There's just something about him. The yards after catch, just to me, a huge playmaker. Barely ever seen him drop a football. Plays so much bigger than his size. He go up and get everything. The way he tracks the ball. I just love it when he catches the ball. What he does after he catches the ball. So that's my guy there. Close, very close second place. Could go either way. Be almost just as happy, of course, is Jordan Tyson. So I would be practically as happy with Jordan Tyson. Very little difference. I just think Lemon edges it out slightly for me. But either one would be absolutely incredible. So it's a really close 1-2, a close 1-2 punch there. And then I guess out of the 3 spot, I guess I would have to say, knowing that I took Arvell Reese, my third favorite thing to do would actually be, if this is allowed in my dream thing to do, is to trade down to 24-25 and then get what's his name, CJ Hill, the linebacker.
CJ Allen.
Okay.
CJ Allen.
Allen, yeah.
Yeah.
My goal would be to get CJ Allen, but not at 16. My goal would be able to trade back, get us an extra second like a second rounder or 2 third, whatever it is, get as much loot as we can get, and get some middle, some more day 2 picks, or at least one really good day 2 pick, and get CJ Allen. That would be my move there as my number 3 preference.
All right. I like it. Folks, hit the like button. The math isn't mathing. We have 80 of you here and only 57 likes. So please show some love. And we did hit 2,100.
And shout out to Ricky New York Live, baby. Shout out to you, Ricky.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
All right. In my scenario, we don't have our 16th pick because we used it to trade up the 1 to get Mendoza. Because Mendoza is always right in the front of my mind. Now, I, like both of you gentlemen, will do this. I'm gonna I'll change it. Let me correct myself. I'm gonna go with we drafted Styles at 2, just to give a little bit of a different perspective. Now, when I'm looking at the players that could possibly be there, man, I kind of threw that upon myself. I was ready to go with my Reese 3. Man, do I do it? All right. I'm going to go with an edge from Miami, but it's Akeem Mesidor. I'm going to have him with that physicality lining up opposite of Will McDonald and being my strong side outside linebacker. And also, when I kick to a 4-3, I got Will coming off the edge and I got him coming off hand in the grass. So with Briggs in the middle and potentially, somebody else. I don't know if Sweat's going to be that guy used a lot in pass rushing situations, but if you could throw that guy in the A gap and let him consume this guard in the center, it allows everybody else to run free. So I like that. I can't not put this guy on there. You mentioned it earlier, Adam, with Phillips. I'm going to put Caleb Banks. And I really still love Caleb Banks. And Phillips is a 1-year deal. If you want to build a physical, dominant front and you have Sweat and Briggs and Banks, holy shit, man. The 3 of us could play middle linebacker and we're going to be allowed to run free and no one's going to be on us. So, I mean, I might be over obsessing with the 3-4 and building it, but I just think that if you build that front, you can really do great things. And since we have Styles at 2, oh man, shit.
I think we need a drum roll on this one.
Yeah, I'm debating between 2 guys. I don't want to do the wide receiver this year. I want to wait. I want to sign a veteran who can fit in the room and be your 5. I think Dylan Thieneman is his freakish athleticism, and he's going to jump. And I think once Downs is gone, this is a very good safety draft. You're going to see multiple guys go in round 1, and you have a guy like that. He can make plays. He could be a ball hawk. He can get from sideline to sideline. And if you solidify defensive tackle, if you get an outside linebacker, or if you think you can build a defense from the back up, go get somebody great on the back end. So, yeah.
It's so interesting to me that you took Tiananmen at 16 because I've seen mock drafts all over the place with these safeties. Some are going middle of the first round, some are going middle of the second round. That's one of the hardest things to project in this draft.
So
Yeah.
hard to project. So hard to project.
And if we make a trade, obviously we can make a trade today or tomorrow to agree to terms to trade for a safety. This would change it, but you need playmakers. And you saw this year we didn't get any interceptions. And if you're going to go a different route and you're going to get all of your smart, savvy playmaking pieces and then wait for next year and get your elite edge rusher, that's a possibility. I don't know how they're going to operate this. I mean, I kind of did it just to be opposite of you guys and have some other names out there. But if I'm not doing that, it's Reese, and then my depth chart is CJ Allen, it's Banks, and then it's probably McDonald. Like that would be my depth chart with the Reese pick. Because now if I'm taking Reese at edge, I want to build around it so he can be as good as he can be from day one. And that would be add bulk up front or add the middle linebacker to the middle, move Sherwood to off ball. And now you got Reese, Sherwood, CJ Allen, and Will McDonald as your 4 linebackers. And I'd like to see how many teams can outrun those guys. You can get very creative with that. So, Adam.
Nick.
You ready?
What do you have in mind? Want to go to 33?
You have any question? I don't know. Do I have you? I know you said an hour.
I could stay. No,
okay.
I'm good.
All right.
I could stay.
I've got about 6-7 minutes.
Should I do a trivia question now just so Jeremy feels involved in the trivia? I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, here's what we're going to do, folks. Adam's going to ask a question. We're going to use the honor system here, and you're not going to Google the answer. And if you get it correct, you get a raffle entry. And I'm going to sweeten the deal. If you have gifted a membership or you have given a $5 super chat and up, I'll give you 5 entries. And you can also do that later on to boost your entries.
Okay.
I love bonus systems. I'll figure out the math. Don't worry about it.
All right. So Nick asked me just we'll peek. We'll give you a little peek behind the curtain. Nick asked me to come up with maybe a little bit of free agency trivia. So it was a task. I came up with a couple of questions. So I am going to ask you all a Jets free agency trivia question. If you know the answer, pop it down there. The answer, of course, is always Lee Cravette, as Rusty points out. That's the unicorn answer right there. That's just if you know, you know. All right, let's do this question. We'll do one where it's just one answer. In 2011, who did the Jets apply the franchise tag to?
Ooh.
2011. Yep.
So it was after the 2010 season, right?
Right.
So it was March of 11.
Right. Yeah. So, Yep. 2011. Yep. So 2011 off season after the 2010 season.
It was probably one of the offensive linemen. Maybe. No. Maybe yes. No, I don't know.
Black Gypsy says David Harris.
That is correct. It was David Harris.
Nice.
Wow.
Well done, Black Gypsy. Well done. And it's easy to forget that because shortly after the franchise tag, the Jets signed him to a 4-year, $36 million contract. But yep, it was David Harris.
Imagine now you can't even draft a middle linebacker for 4 years, $36 million. All right. Black Gypsy. You got the raffle or trivia. All right. Very well done. On our first guest, too. That went very quick. That's what she said.
That's what she said, yeah.
You want to throw another one out since that one went so fast?
Sure. Yeah, let's do one more. Maybe I should up this one just a little bit.
Wow, Genergy said your mom. Jen, calm down. Jesus Christ.
Dang, Genergy. Whew.
Damn, girl. Look at her trying to ruffle feathers.
Let's see. In 2014, the Jets lost a starting player to the Oakland Raiders. Who was it?
What year? 2012?
2014.
Oh, 2014.
Yeah, so right before Bulls came in and Fitzy and all that.
Johnny says Pryor, Calvin
Nope.
Pryor.
Hey, Johnny. No.
Charles said Austin Howard.
Bingo. Charles Gorman. Way to go. Austin Howard is correct. Second guess there.
Charles.
Charles.
Dang. You guys got to come to the Wednesday show, you guys in the chat. I feel like sometimes I make the trivia questions too hard. Apparently here, they're not hard enough.
I just wish I could have went to like an Ozzy show with Ricky from New York.
Oh, man.
Ricky New York Live and me at an Ozzy Osbourne show, baby, back in the day. Can you imagine us? I'd be running to the vendor or whatever to get hot dogs. He'd be like, hot dogs? We're watching Ozzy, man.
Jay Quest, I live in the same town as Charles. If Charles was typing that fast, I would have heard the keyboard clicking across town. You've heard Charles when he searches. It's very loud. Nice. Very good, Adam. Thank you. All right. We'll get back to that momentarily. Now, pick number 33. Day 2 of the NFL draft. The Jets have taken many calls from across the league. They decided to stick and pick. Now, instead of 33 and then doing 44, we'll just do the second round under one umbrella, right? Who's your depth chart going into day 2 based off of all the projections that we see of guys who are round 1? Who are you hoping are possible targets that are realistically there?
I'll go real fast before I leave. Okay. At 3 is Emmanuel Pregnon, the guard from Oregon.
Okay.
2, I'm sorry, he's 2. 3 is Chase Basantis, the guard from Texas A&M. 2 is Pregnon from Oregon. So 2 guards. But my number 1, because he realistically might be on the board, and if he was, is Emmanuel McNeil Warren. So with the assumption that I selected Reese and Lemon, or wide receiver, now I'm going to come in and I'm going to get my safety as my favorite pick here would be Emmanuel McNeil Warren. And that in this scenario,
did you see Daniel Jeremiah's mock? I think he had him going 13th to the Rams.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he had him going super high.
It's all over the board, though. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's the safeties. It's scheme fit. What do you ask of them to do? How do you want them to play? So we don't know all of that detail. But if I see this name, I definitely have to do the Michael Scott. Hi, it's me. I'm Michael Jackson. Chaos. I thank you, my friend. I appreciate you for popping in. This was a pleasant surprise.
It was a pleasure to drop in. It was a pleasure to see everybody. It was always great to work with you two. We're the original OGs. I always see you guys, and my heart will always say, "This is how it all started. We built it all.
Hold on. Wait.
Together.
This is how it all started. You two would be up top, and that's how it started. That was the order of affairs back in the day.
Very nice. Anyway,
I gotta pump up the wicker chair right there, just so now it really looks like old times.
Guys, always an absolute pleasure to stream with you guys, and we got to do it more often.
Yeah,
absolutely,
man. Appreciate you for being here, and thank you for your time, my friend.
Thanks, brother.
Be well.
Bye.
All right, now that feels weird. So, okay, pick number 33.
Okay, so
what
number
are you
30
hoping for on day 2?
Yeah, number 33. So for realistic targets,
what's your scenario? You've
already we drafted Reese. Right, Reese, and we went with a receiver. I'm just gonna say Tyson. So we'll go there. So I kept trying to figure out, this is where it starts to get hard, because you try to figure out who's generally going to be on the board.
That's what she said.
Number 3. Number 3, I went a little bit of a different direction because I can't help but think that Aaron Glenn wants to keep transforming his defense and get players who are in his image. Now, this is not a player I've heard mocked to the Jets, but
I like it.
I could still see them going with a cornerback in this spot. Brandon Stevens, despite his improvements, still was not that good of a player. A.Z. Thomas, I think we have high hopes for him, but he is not exactly a proven starter at this point. Jarvis Brownlee, hey, we'll see. I actually had Colton Hood as a player that I'm pretty intrigued by from the Tennessee Volunteers. So After Jermod McCoy went down, Hood became a number one corner, did very well, 8 pass breakups, had an interception, very explosive, very twitchy, good length, good physicality, still learning a little bit of patience, a little bit of discipline, but he's a playmaker. He could, and here's the other thing I like, and here's why Aaron Glenn might like him. He plays press on wide receivers very well. Aaron Glenn wants that. So I keep coming back to this. The draft is not always about taking your worst positions and making them good. Sometimes you need to take an okay position and make it really good. Think about when the Jets drafted Sauce Gardner. Think about when they drafted Breece Hall. They already had players at those positions, but they went up another level. So I have Hood at 3. Number 2, Jeremy would be proud. Emmanuel McNeil Warren from the Toledo, Ohio University Rockets. If he makes it, wow. Ball hawk, 6'4" frame, long strides, forced 9 fumbles in college. I love that number. And number 1, Nick, you're not going to believe I did this. I took Dylan Tiernan from Oregon. I'm thinking he might make it to 33. Why not?
All right.
So you got him at 16. I've got him at 33.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do mine a little different.
Do it.
I'm working under the ideology that we took Reese and CJ Allen. So we got our linebacker situation set up, and the New York Jets are there, and Muji and Glenn are taking calls for almost 20 hours, and they're looking at the board, and they're trying to figure out, do we stick and pick and get the guy that we want, or do we trade? They decide we are not going to pass on this guy. He's got positional flexibility, and he's got the absolute greatest hair and will become a New York fucking icon. We're going with Jennings Dunker. This guy at left guard next to Olu would just be the greatest fucking thing. They would be giving out wigs at the stadium for him. He's an offensive lineman from Iowa. He can play tackle. He can play guard. He can move around the line. And I think that that's somebody that they'll be interested in, because if you're letting AVT go, and AVT had that positional flexibility, this guy is big, he's strong, he's fat. He goes to Iowa, and we know if you are out there in the middle of the country, you just tip cows, eat steak and cornbread all the time, and you are freakishly strong. I could picture Genergy rocking a red mullet walking. Imagine if Charles Gorman grew out his hair and grew 1 foot taller. This would be Charles.
This looks like Dan Feeney tried bleaching his hair and it went horribly wrong.
Yeah. So this is the first guy on my list under this scenario.
So, it's Jennings. It's pronounced Jennings.
I don't know if it's
Jennings or Gennings.
Gennings. It's Gennings.
Okay. Yeah. I looked it up. Just want to make sure I was pronouncing it correctly. Okay.
Yeah.
And some very important news. You'll be happy to know about this. His hair has been inspired by who's this guy? This guy Colby from the 49ers. Connor Colby. So he is the one, a former Iowa guard, who inspired the hairdo or hair don't.
Isn't that the guy dating Brock Lesnar's daughter or married?
Oh, that's
Brock
the one.
Lesnar's daughter.
The guy who was staring down Miles Lesnar with Brock while Brock was in the background. That's the one. Oh, man, dude, of all the daughters you don't date, you don't tempt fate with Brock Lesnar's daughters.
Date the daughter when she looks like the son. But
man.
I hope Brock isn't watching. I don't want to get my ass kicked. All right.
He's in Saskatchewan. I don't even think Brock Lesnar has internet. He has to walk down his driveway to the phone and say, "Call me at 4:00," and he'll be there ready for the phone call. I'm not even kidding.
All right. Yeah. Chase Basantis is there for me too. If I took the edge and I took the middle linebacker and I got my nose tackle in free agency and I trade or through trade, and now I trade for a safety, I'm going to go build up my offensive line. I'm going to finish that. So it's Dunker, it's Basantis, and third, I'm going to go somebody that's a little bit different than what we have on most of our roster. And I think by the end of it, this guy could really climb up. And with the run on this position that I expect to see in round one, there could be a lot of good value here. I'm going to say that the 6'4.5" Malachi Fields is something that the Jets might be interested in. Now, I know that might be a little bit high, but I think when you see the run on wide receivers and the fact that he would bring something to the table, you have all your speed, right? You got Mechie, you got Garrett, you got Mitchell who can get deep, but you needed that size. And I think if you have that size, now I might be overrating him here, but I think you're going to have a lot of wide receivers go early. And this is somebody who could climb last second. I think Omar Cooper Jr., Sean, goes round one. Adam, you're frozen.
What?
Oh, you're back.
Say again?
You're back. Yeah, you've been freezing.
Oh, it was just because I clicked on another tab. Okay.
Got you. Okay. I think Omar Cooper Jr. will be gone. I think Bell could be gone. I think the top three will be gone, obviously. And I think Concepcion will be gone. I don't like Boston. Domsey came on. The first thing he said is he doesn't get great separation. It's only going to be worse when you get to the NFL. If you can't get separation in college, you're going to struggle with it in the NFL. And Lou B texted me yesterday. He's like, "Are you watching this? Boston just dropped every single thing thrown his way. He did not have a good day. You can't get separation, and then you can't catch. I know, sounds like the perfect Jet, but no, we're not going to go with Boston."
It's hard to pick a player whose name is Boston, in all fairness. Yeah, I think we just have an aversion to that.
And if we get Fields and change his number to 7, then Nicky doesn't have to get a New Jersey. ISU, I'm sorry. I worked from 2 to 11 yesterday. I may have missed some of the combine coverage, but this is why he's third on the list. I believe that we get an offensive lineman to start at day 2, whether it's Basantis. Pregnon's a little bit older, and I think if Basantis and Dunker are there, those could be the guys that they lean towards. Where'd he go? Dunker's 22, or he'll be 23 by the start of the season. And that's some of the things I've been keeping an eye on. Basantis is 21. He'll be 22 by the start of the season. He's from Ramsey, New Jersey. Bring the big boy home. 6'5", 315. Ding.
Dominique Ponder, MCM reporting. So apparently that happened 3 a.m. Today, 3 a.m. on Sunday. A fatal single vehicle crash, one occupant was driving a Tesla, lost control on a right-hand curve, went across the lane, hit a guardrail. The vehicle continued through the guardrail. The Tesla, oh my God, struck an electrical line pole and rolled down an embankment, landing on its wheels and catching on fire. So it looks like speed was a factor. So this was not good. Through the guardrail, through the down an embankment and catching on fire. Ugh. Horrible.
Shame.
Horrible.
Prayers to his family, man. That's awful. That's, as a dad, and I'm sure I'm not the only one out there. Nick is driving. I fucking tell him all the time, don't drive like an asshole. Don't fucking speed. Who gives a shit what the person in the next car does? There was just a horrific accident in Woodbridge. A girl and her small dog died. Someone was trying to evade the cops on the highway, ran the red light, hit the girl head on, and it was all over the news. The car looked like a fucking ripped up soda can. It's horrible. The driver, many charges against him. Of course, the driver always lives, right? The person putting everybody at risk lives. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But it's a fear you have, man, and you hate to hear that. It's these cars are death machines. You risk your life every time you get out on the road, and you have to hope that the people driving around you put your life in their hands. Complete strangers that you'll never meet. You just have to hope that they're doing the right thing on the road and not driving like a fucking prick. And that's just the reality of it.
Yeah, and MC makes a good point. So much distracted driving. Yeah. Put down your phone, or at the very least, mount your phone especially if you're using it for, directions and stuff like that. But don't put it in your hand. Don't put it in your hand. Just looking out, Phone cannot be in your hand. It's not going to work. Oh.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
At least your mouth wasn't open.
Should I leave?
How quickly does pink eye set in? I don't know how to segue sometimes.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to segue, so I just click the video that we have.
If anybody's excited about this, according to Brian Costello, the Jets are bringing in Indiana running back Kalon Black for a 30 visit on March 12th. Same Kalon Black ran for 1,040 yards and 10 touchdowns for the national champions.
Oh,
Jets looking at running backs.
Very interesting. Why would the Jets, who have Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, and
because you could have 4.
They could move them. I don't know. I think that Aaron Glenn wants to play a more physical style. I don't think Brees fits that. I know they've said everything about Brees, but I don't think you pay Brees $11 million on a transition tag and have him not run the goddamn ball between the tackles very hard. Again, as always, 69 of you here watching. Appreciate it. Hit the like button if you haven't already. It's Sunday night. We try to get over 100 likes every Sunday show. We did really well last week. I think we hit 160 when we had Green Bean on. So let's show Adam some love as the guest. Hit the like button. Get the numbers up. Appreciate you guys. As always, super chats, $5 and up. Gifted memberships. All raffle entries are triple tonight. Adam? You have another question for everybody.
Oh, trivia question?
I don't know how many you put
I got a couple more.
I know you said you had some more.
Yeah, I got a couple more. Yeah, I just got. Let me just pull one.
I have an idea.
What you got in mind? What?
How about little live trivia? If you would like to participate in on-air trivia, this way we can verify you are not cheating. Feel free to call in. StreamYard link is pinned. And if you are doing trivia on air, you got to do the Mikey. We have to see your hands. Adam knows I always sit back. I cross my arms when there's trivia going on.
Yep. And every time Nick's in the chat, I can tell you guys, there's a much better chance that the answer will be given. I can assure you. It's like Nick, Curly Norman, Sharon as well. Got to include Sharon. Yeah, they're like the holy trinity of Jets trivia on the show. Sharon McClain. Yeah. So yeah, they just knock it out. They really do.
Thank you, sir.
Show me your butthole.
Hi, Charles.
Hello.
Hey, Charles.
Hello,
how are you?
Hello, Nick Shine.
Hey, buddy. Congratulations on being the 1 seed, my friend.
Yes. Thank you for voting me in.
I voted against you.
I appreciate that.
I'm kidding. All right, Charles. Well, congratulations on winning the first trivia question. Now,
Actually, it was the second one. First one was who got franchise tag in 2011. It was David Harris. I actually said Sean Green. I'm thinking, maybe Sean Green got franchise, but then Black Gypsy said David Harris.
Yeah, Black Gypsy got the first question. Yeah, Charles got the second. Yeah.
Charles, I need you to sit like this so we can see your hands. Adam, go ahead. Fire away to Charles. Now, Charles, I asked the chat, please do not put the answers in if Charles is wrong, and then we'll proceed from there. But Charles, I wish you well. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay, Charles, here we go. Another free agency question. Won't go back too far. Not too far. In 2019, what kicker did the Jets sign to replace Jason Myers, the now Super Bowl winning kicker of the Seattle Seahawks? Who did the Jets sign to replace Jason Myers?
Originally, it was Costanzo, wasn't it? Castano? Fuck. Started with a C, that I know.
You're in the neighborhood. Nick, do you feel like you know it?
I'm gonna let Chuck go.
All right.
Starts with a C, right?
It does. I'm not saying first name or last name, but yeah, there's a C at the beginning of at least one name.
Oh my God.
I know you got it. I know you got it, man. I know you got it. You're right there.
It's a lot harder when you can't Google, huh, Chuck?
CATANZO.
Is this Wheel of Fortune? Would you like to buy a vowel?
I mean, like, right? Is it
Catazano?
Yes. Chandler Catanzaro, the Catman.
Nice, Chuck.
And then he was with us in 2017. We signed Jason Myers in 2018. Had a great year. Then, of course, Mike McCaggan's stupid ass releases him. He goes to Seattle.
Yep.
And we brought back Catanzano.
Yep. We also let Andre Roberts go. He was amazing. He was an amazing returner. We let him go to Buffalo. Remember that one too?
Oh, yeah. Don't get me started with that.
Okay.
Now, Charles,
Too late.
Because everyone in the chat's going to start asking this. Do you have a lovely lady there with you who Googled that for you, or are you by yourself?
I'm by myself. I know I don't have a lovely lady, nor is my quote-unquote gay lover Preston here. So everything's all good in here.
I've never said that.
I know, not you, you meatball. I'm talking about my adoring public, the ones that love to troll and hate me.
You have an adoring public? Is that how you're labeling people?
Would you rather me call them assholes?
I guess that's how you get to a 1 seed.
I don't know how the transition from adoring public to assholes goes. He's Charles, ladies and gentlemen.
I am who I be.
That's it. That's it. Just when you think Charles can't Charles anymore, he Charleses some more.
What's the next question, Adam?
Look at that. He's ready for all these.
Hey. Nick makes the rules on when I ask the questions and who I ask them to.
I mean, no one else has wanted to call in to do trivia.
All right.
Charles is a
okay.
Yeah, Black Gypsy. I get it.
All right, Charles. I'll give you one. Let's see.
All right. How about this, Charles? You put your trivia on the line against me, and if I win, if I beat you, we remove your previous two. It's all or nothing on one question. Are you willing to gamble on yourself?
Sure, why the hell not? It's for fun.
Do it. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw Jay Quest's son outmath Tommy one night on this channel, and now we have Nick Shine, 3-year recovering addict and alcoholic.
Oh, stop it.
Going against Charles Gorman with a remarkable, beautiful mind. Adam.
And the adoring public. Don't forget it's adoring public.
Which might be assholes depending on which Charles we're talking to. Yeah. Hands visible, Chuck.
All right. So here's what we'll do with this question. This question has 2 correct answers. So I need to hear both correct answers. Like you get both right. It's either correct, you got both, or 0. All right. So it's all or nothing. Here's the question. In 2018, in free agency, the Jets signed 2 quarterbacks. Name them.
Teddy Bridgewater.
And Josh McCown.
Well, I was going to give Charles a chance to finish off the answer, but
I was going to say Teddy Bridgewater and Josh McCown, but you beat me to it, Nick.
Yeah, Nick took care of that. Nick, just be honest. Did he give you Teddy Bridgewater?
He paused. No, because we traded Bridgewater in training camp. I remember that one.
And he never played. And it's funny, he never actually played a regular season game for the Jets.
Yeah,
that was one of the worst trades we've ever done.
$5 million deal, and we traded him in training camp.
All right, let's cross that one out. Yeah, I got a couple. Yeah, I got a couple left here. If you want, if anybody else wants to join.
But... No, I'm good. I'm going to keep all Charles's raffle entries for myself.
Just let him have his adoring public and his 1 seed, would you?
This was for bragging rights, Charles. You can keep your entries, my friend.
Thank you.
I feel like all of a sudden now I need more challenging questions for you. I got one saved for the end.
Charles, I will say this. Going forward, if it's multiple answers, wait until you know all of them.
Yeah, I'll give it. Yeah, if there's a hesitation, we'll give
when
like
it's
5
a
seconds.
head-to-head,
Just to be fair.
I was letting you go, and when you paused, I'm like, I know it. So
Yep.
I took it. I'm a jerk.
Yeah, I gotta be the impartial, unbiased referee here. All right. Go a little bit easier. 2016. Who did the Jets apply the franchise tag to?
Muhammad Wilkerson.
Yes. Yep. Mo Wilk.
And then he did us dirty by not giving a shit.
Right.
He broke his leg in that one game, and he was never the same again.
Deal, right? What do you get? How many
I think he had like a 4 or 5 year deal or something.
Yeah, I think it was like 4. Yeah, 4 years sounds right. And was never the same, and wound up getting a couple of drug busts later on. So apparently, I think he's coaching again now. What
the fuck is that? Smells like cooked comic boy fan in here. Let's go, Charles. Get fucking wrecked. Sorry.
Okay, who was the first Jet to ever have the franchise tag applied to them?
Joe Namath?
No. Franchise tag was not around in the 1960s or 70s. So a little early.
First Jet to have the
free agency wasn't even around till like 93, 92 or 93, actually. So yeah, it was rather recent.
Mo Lewis.
No.
Lavernius Calls.
No, but you got the position right. It's wide receiver.
Santana Moss?
No. Nick, got a name in mind?
Wayne Corbett?
You're going a little bit too prominent.
Jericho Cotchery?
No. Love me some Jericho, but I love Jericho.
Fuck.
Nick, you're out?
I didn't get a chance to talk. Charles fucking listed every Jet he's ever known.
he's named everybody except Don Maynard and Wesley Walker.
I'm just going to go with the answer that comes to mind. Rob Moore.
That's exactly right. Rob Moore in 1995.
Fucking Christ, I suck.
You don't suck, Charles. You're just a Colts fan, and I'm a Jet fan. That's the difference between us.
Very funny. Shut up and go.
Oh boy,
Rob Moore. And did we trade him to Arizona on the franchise tag?
It was like that supplemental.
Or was it St. Louis? They were still St. Louis Cardinals at the time, weren't they?
I think no, they were in Arizona by then. Yeah, they were the Phoenix Cardinals at that point.
Okay, all right.
Still playing in the NFC East for reasons that nobody still understands to this day. So, Chicago, St. Louis, Arizona, stick their ass in the East. What the hell? Nobody cares about them anymore.
One more question. If you're wrong, you have to fill up my truck with a tank of gas next time I bring you somewhere.
All right. So, guys, how about
pee in the gas tank?
How about we go here? How about a question with 4 correct answers?
Okay. Charles is gonna get fucking.
This is gonna be like the grand finale right here.
Now, Charles, remember, I wouldn't blurt them out until you know all of them.
All right. So when you're ready to start answering, answer.
How about this, Charles? Raise your hand. This way we don't blurt out and talk over one another. Raise your hand and Adam will call on us.
All right.
25th.
Well, we're not in 3rd grade, but no, just go ahead. In 2015 season, the Jets signed 4 free agents who played in the secondary. Can you name them? Go ahead, Charles.
Terrell Revis, Antonio Cromartie, Marcus Gilchrist, Buster Screen.
Holy crap, knocked it out of the park. It's a grand slam for Gorman. And he gets his ass kicked right out of the room.
Terrell Revis, who you know I'm a huge fan of. He's my favorite Jet of all time.
What the fuck is that? Did you two talk before the show? Holy shit.
No, I just remembered it. Cromartie. We brought back Revis and Cromartie, who were a duo from 2010 to 2012. We brought in Marcus Gilchrist, who started his career with the Chargers.
Yep.
And Buster Screen, who we got from the Browns.
That was remarkable, Chuck.
That was impressive. Yeah, that was downright. That was just good right there.
I still can't believe we kept fucking what's his name, D. Miller. That dude sucked. Donkey
Charles,
dong.
for the rest of your life, you were not allowed to ever tell anyone, "Oh, I forgot." Marcus Gilchrist. I wouldn't have gotten that one. I wouldn't have gotten him.
If somebody asked me, I don't think I would have gotten it either, if I'm being honest with you.
Marcus Gilchrist. That would have been the stickler.
When you name Gilchrist, I'm like, really? You got Gilchrist on that one?
I was going to go with Pierre Desir, our go-to guy.
That's a little inside trader secret for everybody listening.
That's what we got from the Colts in 2020, correct?
Yeah, he was. Nick was convinced Pierre Desir didn't exist or something like that. I was making a name up.
At least he wasn't Tremaine Johnson. That dude was ass.
Oh, we know. 4 years. That was $72 million well spent, wasn't it?
Charles.
No, it was one of the worst teams ever. The reason why he was so good is they had Chris Long, Aaron Donald, Robert Quinn, pass rushers.
I have a question for you, Chuck.
What's the question?
All right.
And what was the other one, Nick? Remember on the wheel I had Dimitri Patterson?
That was the question I was about to ask him.
Dimitri Patterson, yeah, he was one of the 24 too. He was with the Dolphins, was with the Eagles.
Why?
He was the one that had like the emotional breakdown.
Charles, breathe. Why is Dimitri Patterson notorious and infamous in Jets history? What is
he had like an emotional breakdown in the locker room or something?
I don't know about that, but it was training camp. They had practice. He went home. Never came back.
It was like a less glamorous Antonio Brown is how I would describe it.
He just never came back. He went home one night and never came back.
The cat came back the very next day. Oh, the cat came back.
Adam, do you have any other questions?
Only other one I've got. One more that I planned. 2022. Who were the two starters the Jets signed who played tight end?
C.J. Uzama and Tyler Conklin.
You got it.
Nice.
And C.J. Uzama, I actually liked him coming from Cincinnati, but once he dyed his hair green, he stunk up the joint.
Yep. Nick, I know you remember our little C.J. Uzama memory. We were on the air together when the news broke.
Yeah.
And we were pumped.
Yeah.
We
got a good one.
Tyler Conklin was he didn't do shit. And I thought he was going to have a big year with the Chargers, but he didn't do shit.
I just felt like we never really used Conklin well. I felt like we were throwing these old 2-yard passes to him, like out of the backfield or whatever. I just don't think it was an offense that was ever designed because he could run a little bit. We were never throwing him like seam routes or anything down the field.
Is that a barbecue tie I smell? What are you talking about?
Wait, we're tied 2-2, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Patterson was signed April 1st, 2014. August 25th of that year, he was suspended, after leaving the team without contacting the organization. Patterson later gave a statement the Jets were properly notified by Drew Rosenhaus. He was released on August 30th and retired that year. And he actually started in the NFL in 2005. It's not like he was a flash in the pan. He had like a 9-year career, but hey, the Jets were his final straw. So,
all right, Chuck, we're tied at 2. Adam, do you have one more?
Oh gosh, yeah, that was about the last question I had, but I think I could come up with something really quick here.
Again, folks, please.
Yeah, give me like 1 minute to look something random up, a random question up. Actually, I got an idea.
Go ahead.
I'll find one.
Show promo. Folks, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Right now, we are at 2101. Appreciate all of you. Also, it's Sunday night. It's Shine Time and Prime Time. Raffle entries are triple tonight due to the love that we got earlier in the night. $5 super chats, gifted memberships. The raffle will be going off next Tuesday night, 7 p.m. start. For those of you that don't know, I got moved up to days. Got a little bit of a promotion at work. I'll be working from 8:30 to 5. I won't be on nights anymore. So we're going to have some weekday shows. Thank you, Charles. I'll be right down the street from you. I'll be at Kennedy High School. That'll be my new home.
Congratulations,
so
buddy.
Those of you tuning in late, Charles and I are tied at 2 in trivia, and Adam is cooking up a tie-breaking question.
I've got it. Yep, I've got the question. Are we both ready?
Are you going to give us a category or just flat out the question?
This is going to be a draft question. Yeah, I'm out of free agency questions, but I got plenty of draft questions and jersey number questions. So still, the highlight for me was when I got to ask like trivia to Connor Hughes about his first year on the Jets beat. That was really fun.
Nice.
All right, so yeah, here is the question. It was a Jets draft question. In 2009, the Jets drafted 3 players and 3 players only. A Mike Tannenbaum special. Name
Mark
all
Sanchez,
3.
Sean Green, Matt Slauson.
You got it. Yep, Nick had his hand up first. It was Sanchez, Green, and cut off your Slauson. That's exactly right.
He was good though, Slauson. He wasn't terrible.
Yeah,
like
left and went to the
years.
Bears like super quick. As soon as he could, he went straight to Chicago. But
he was in the league for like 11 years, and I think we took him
he had a good run.
Round. We traded up for Sanchez. We picked Sean Green at the first pick of round 3.
I think, I believe he was. It was an early third round pick. I do remember that.
Nice.
Yeah, but Mike Tannenbaum's philosophy was always quality over quantity. But that meant you had to hit on every pick, and
Well, he gave
when it
away all
worked,
those
it worked.
mid-round
But when it
picks.
didn't, it failed hard.
Chuck,
What? Love you too, big boy. That's why I'm gay for you.
hell no, Kevin. Hell no. It's the Nick Shine show. It's not the Charles Gorman show. However, Charles, you change your YouTube channel name more than you change your underwear. Can you tell everybody
That's not
the
true.
name
That's
of your
bullshit.
channel?
You know it.
How do you know how often he changes his underwear?
A lot. I change my underwear a lot.
That's very reassuring.
Charles, tell everyone your channel so they can go watch.
My Google username is Charles Gorman 1094.
See, like I'm supposed to know that.
But my YouTube name is capital M, capital D, capital C, lowercase FAN.
That's it.
Just want to make sure. Hold on.
Jesus. See? And you got mad at me and you fucking mouthed off at me again because I didn't know that you just
I
didn't
didn't get
stick with-
mad at you. First off,
First
I just
you went Charles Gorman, then you went Charles A. Gorman. Now you're going some fucking nuclear bomb code for fucking people to find your goddamn YouTube channel. Why are you making it so difficult for people
You
to
gotta
find your
change things
channel?
up once in a blue. Like you weren't the MDC fan 101.
Oh, MDC, me, dedicated cult fan 101. Gator, make something up.
No,
with that,
it's
please.
not Marvel DC fan. That's what it stands for. Not massively dedicated Colts fan, you book.
Nick, it's not a good sign when I have to be the most level-headed one on the show.
I know. He gets mouthy with me for some reason.
Hey, you get mouthy with me too, because I love you.
Charles, good job with trivia. That was fun.
Thank you, Adam.
My
Continue
pleasure,
to
man. It was good
support
talking to
my
you, for sure.
Continue,
Good job.
continue talk straight. Funky with success on your channel. I will hopefully. I definitely plan on subscribing to your channel as well. I will definitely try to come on Wednesdays when I'm free. Have a good day, buddy.
You will.
That'd be awesome.
You're always free. You're always coming. Never mind.
You will
Charles,
try to come on Wednesdays when you're free. Oh, boy.
Oh, I get the joke now. Have a good day, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, if I don't say it, Nick will. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And this is going to be something new that I say on this channel. I have to get up early for work, so we're going to start winding the show down. Adam, do you have anything in closing that maybe we didn't get to or that you wanted to discuss?
Yeah, other than our number 44 picks, who we had in mind. For
Oh,
that.
I said earlier, let's just do the whole second round as one here. But go ahead. If you got 44.
I'll just throw the names out really quick. Actually,
go ahead.
Zion Young, who you mentioned earlier, was somebody had in mind. Logan Jones, the center from Iowa, is starting to intrigue me. He was
the
doing pretty well.
fastest in the offensive lineman in the 40. I think he ran a 4.9.
That's right. 4.940, best of any offensive lineman. You're exactly right. And Anthony Hill from Texas, linebacker. So those are the three that I had at 44.
I like it. Again, I will put Adam's link back in as we're winding down the show. If you haven't already, go over to his channel Wednesday nights at 7:00. And
yeah, every week we do Jets trivia. So if you enjoyed what you heard tonight, we do a Jets trivia question every week. I always do 3 and out, talk about a few random things in the world of New York sports. And if we get enough likes on the show, it's usually we set the mark at 15. We spin the infamous Jets wheel. And if you've been around for the wheel, the chaotic wheel, it could be 100 Jets. It could be Jets coaches, and we do a blind rank. It could be quarterbacks. I just created a Jets offensive line wheel, which was pretty interesting. So come on down, 7 p.m. Wednesday nights.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. You're welcome, Nick. Good talking with you. Have a great night, buddy.
Always. Take care, my friend. Folks, we're going to wind down the show. Call lines are still open. As always, super chats, $5 and up. Gifted memberships get you on our raffle wheel for next Tuesday. Now,
Now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shine.
I learned that I have to start waking up about 7 o'clock every morning. So, got to be a good boy. Go to bed at a good time. First day of school tomorrow and during the day. Can't wear the winter hat anymore. Had to go out and get the haircut today. Looking all young, fresh, and pretty. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting out of work in daylight. I'm not going to be used to that. I've been getting out of work at 11 o'clock for a year. This is I'm pretty excited for this. So please drop your what did we learns, and let's do something that Johnny Boy is not known for. Let's wrap this baby up. I posted Adam's link in the chat for those of you that may have not been here earlier when it was shared. Trivia for them. No one's posted anything? No one? There we go. Black Gypsy, I learned that this draft is going to be interesting, especially with the defensive coach on a hot seat and a head coach, too. He's got multiple hats right now. Yeah, this is why I keep saying he's going to go in and just build the defense, man. If you're putting your name on the line, you're putting your job on the line, you got to do everything you can. Mays, I don't know. I messaged him. I never heard back. I don't know. Alan would message me all the time when news would break, and I haven't heard from him. So I hope all's well, but I have not heard from him recently. What up, Tommy?
Nick, what's up? I'll be very short. I just want to say congratulations on your 3 years, my man. And that's this upcoming Thursday or next Thursday?
Tuesday the 10th.
The 10th.
Tuesday,
okay.
March 10th, 7
Next
p.m.
Tuesday.
start time. I have an absolute loaded cast of Jet content creators, friends from the chat calling in. We got a hell of a lineup. It's the biggest show that I do every year in terms of people coming on. So make sure you're here for that. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and we might have some Jet signings. Not signings, but we could come to terms by the tampering period will be active. So we could have some names to discuss. It'll be a lot of fun. Real big show. But thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll be there. And once again, congratulations and good luck again tomorrow. I know adjusting. I used to work night shifts overnight down when I was a couple years ago. So adjusting, you'll be all right in like a week or 2 weeks. You'll be right on track. It takes a minute, but working mornings is a lot better than working nights, at least in my opinion. And I really got no Jets points for tonight, man. Just God bless you, Nick, and thank you for everything that you've done for me. And
man, you sound good, dude. I'm happy for you and I'm proud of you, man. Enjoy it.
And I couldn't have started my track out without you, brother. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate that, man. Hey, listen, you can get a kick in the ass, but you're the one that's got to do the walk day by day. You know,
hell yeah.
You're the only one with you 24/7. You can have all the support in the world. You can have all the advice. You're the one doing the work, bro. You're the one.
And the only person, Nick, the only person you're fooling when you try to lie and do all that kind of stuff is you're fooling yourself. You're not fooling anybody else. Like,
yeah.
But once again, Nick, love you, brother. Great show.
Love you too, man.
And have a good night, brother.
Be good, pal. Good call from Tommy. Tommy had some rough times, and glad to see that he looks better, he sounds better, he's doing better. Very happy to hear that. Quest. I learned that we have to put what did we learn to bed? The time has come. What fucking kind of bullshit nonsense comment is that? ISU. I learned with Nick going to days this show will be on at a more reasonable hour, so I'm not so tired at work on Monday mornings. Very good. His superpower is player caller. Superman to the rescue. But ladies and gentlemen, It is that time. I don't know why J Quest is throwing insults at Boomtown, saying we have to stop doing What Did We Learn? Poppycock. Straight poppycock. Take your cancel culture elsewhere, J Quest.
Hey there, shiners, you made it to the end. It's time to ask the question. Nick Shine would like to know, Canada's taking names. Boomtown always delivers. Let's find out now. What did we learn today?
What did we learn today? Boomtown, if you would, please, good sir, drop it like it's hot. And again, thank you to all of you for your support. We hit 2,100 subscribers. Hoping to get a big number in the month of March. Free agency's upon us. We'll be doing some more shows. Again, keep an eye out, 6:30 or 7 o'clock. I do still work the sports management job, so I might have to come on at 9 or 9:30. Something happens in the jet world, you will get a Nick Shine show. So thank you again for all of your support. Boomtown learned Thunderlips has world-class turnaround time for mini movies. Awesome motherfucker was the reason for the flag on the field. The band is back together. Bill M, maybe Adam Schefter. Bonus, 2 men on top, Nick on the bottom is the way it used to be. Jennings Dunker has legendary hair. Charles channels Wheel of Fortune to help spell out his trivia answer. Double bonus, adoring public to assholes is a tough transition. Charles hit the first ever trivia grand slam on the show. It was remarkable. You couldn't even fucking read names off of paper as quick as he knew Darrell Revis, Antonio Cromartie, Marcus Gilchrist, and Buster Screen. Wild. Absolutely wild. Kevin, congrats on the job and the channel. Kevin, thank you. I appreciate you, man. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't, go over to YouTube, Instagram, search Kevin Tattoos, show him some support, show him love. He's got an emoji on the channel. He's kind of a big deal. So go show him all the love in the world. We got this week, I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm going day by day. The site manager basketball work, I told him, give me 2 days between Monday and Thursday. We'll see how it goes. Again, if you're in the Nick Shine Discord, if you're on Discord, message me at Nick Shine or the Nick Shine Show. It's one of those, I forget. We'll get you in the Discord. You know what's going on in the world of Nick Shine. You know when there's going to be shows happening. You get to talk sports, football, life, play Wordle. It's a lot of fun. I like it. I enjoy it. It's good people in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of me, Nick Shine, and the Nick Shine Show, God bless. Have a good night. Enjoy. Be good to one another. And turn it the fuck up.
It's got
Gentry covered in football. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Also, Tommy at the buzzer. I learned Nick and Charles in trivia. It gets down to the nitty gritty. Love you all. Great show, Nick. Also, something that I learned is that we could really have some fun with Knobcraft's hair and make him kind of look like this guy. Who knows? That'd be great. Folks, have a good night. Thank you for supporting the channel. You guys mean the world to me. You really do. Go Jets.